Welcome back everyone to the channel. So today's video we have something very special. I'm sure you can see it right behind me. Is the all new 2023 Land Rover Range Rover, the full size L edition. Today we're going to be doing a quick interior and exterior overview of this car. This car is brand new, just came all the way from overseas, probably one of the first in the United States. So we're going to be doing a first look review of this car. Huge shout out to Land Rover of Princeton, New Jersey for allowing me to come film this video. If you're looking to buy a Range Rover, Jaguar, or anything, come visit them. Come to my boy Evan. I'll put his contact info in the description, but let's start this video. As you guys can see, this is the brand new Land Rover Range Rover, and it looks amazing. It looks good on video and photos, but in person, it just has that status quo that a Range Rover should have. And as you can tell, this is kind of like a new satin color, kind of like a gold flake to it. Looks really good on this car, and I mean, just the presence of this car is insane. We're gonna go over some of the exterior details first, and then we'll go over the interior and go over some of the cool features that this car has that is brand new for this model year. First thing you're gonna notice is that the front end is very Range Rover-like, which is good because you don't want that to change too much because it just has that look that you know when it's coming down the road that it's a Land Rover Range Rover and no one can confuse it for anything else. They did update the lights, they updated the grille, so it does kind of have like a heat radiator look to it. Looks really good, and it does have active flaps in the back and the grille to allow open for more air if it needs it. But the one cool thing about the front end of this car, which I really like, is that they put the parking sensors and the front view camera for the 360-degree view within the black plastic grille in the front. So now you don't have parking sensors in the paint or where that kind of like upper area would be on a normal car. Usually you'll see parking sensors kind of like that all around. But what they did is that they put it inside the grille, so it looks very clean, and it's combined with that lower part with the fog lights as well. It's just an overall cleaner look, and I think it looks great. So as you come to the side, you do have the bigger wheels, about 23-inch wheels as you would expect on a full-size Range Rover. Coming down the side, you have that iconic look that the full-size Range Rovers have right down there on the driver's door. And then as you can see, it's kind of like a skid plate in a way where the door kind of creases in, and then you kind of have this lower lip, gloss black lip that goes all the way to the end to the rear doors. And you can see that the parking sensors or the sensors for off-roading are also embedded in that black plastic, so it looks very clean on the side and you don't have anything obstructing the really nice paint. And you can see the overall length of this car because it is the L, so you do have the longer wheelbase on this car. So much presence with that longer wheelbase, and it looks really good. The other thing you'll notice is that the window kind of creases in and the door kind of goes above like that, and it kind of has like a really unique look to it on the side profile. I think it looks great. Kind of looks like the window's kind of like tucked into the door, and it just overall very clean look, and it goes well with, like I was saying before, that little skid plate right there. Now the rear. So this is kind of where the show starts with this car, because as we said, the front end looks very similar to the other Range Rovers, but the rear end is completely different. They changed it up and made it look much more futuristic than it did on the last generation. So you're kind of seeing like this black, gloss black, and you're wondering where are the taillights. So what they did is they actually hid the taillights and the turn signals within that black plastic. So when you're driving down the road, you don't have to use the rear lights. You're not going to be able to see them. But once you unlock the car, you can see that the lights show up in this kind of prism look, and it just looks really clean. So they show up when they need to, and when they don't need to be on there, they're gone. And then the other thing with the turn signals is the turn signals are actually up here. They're actually hidden just like the rear lights. But I think the back takes some time to get used to. It looks a lot better in person, and seeing it in the flesh on Instagram when you saw it on the photos, it didn't look that good. But overall, I think in the rear in person, it looks a lot better, and it just meshes really well with the design language of the new Land Rover Range Rover. Continuing with the back, one of the iconic things with a full-size Land Rover is the double trunk. So if we open this up, you can see the top opens up, and then you also have the bottom. So what's really nice about the bottom part is that it's actually electronically activated as well. So you click that button and it just folds right out. So what's unique about this rear seat is actually it's called event seating. So you can get actual seats that come onto the back of this tailgate, but what's really cool is that it actually has the Meridian sound system in the back. So when you're tailgating and you have the radio on, you want to play some music, it actually plays through speakers right here. So when you're sitting right there, you'll have the music right above your head, which is great for events like tailgating, Eagles games, things like that. You can just sit around, enjoy the ambiance and the music in the back. So my buddy here at Land Rover Princeton is going to help demonstrate the event seating. Once you have the trunk open, you come back here and there's actually a pull tie, and you pull that back. So then you kind of have like a backrest. When you're chilling at a tailgate, you can just chill, really comfortable. And like I said before, you have the sound system above your head, so you're really chilling. So the other thing on the exterior, as you can tell with the newer Range Rovers, that you do have the pop-out door handles, so they just pop out motorized, and then you can just pull it and it will open just like any other door handle. But once you lock the car, it'll stay flush within the paint and kind of looks a lot cleaner. I don't know about the functionality wise, like if it, something breaks and you can't get it in your car, but other than that, I still think it looks really clean, especially when it's locked. That's pretty much the exterior details of the new Land Rover Range Rover. We're gonna hop inside, go over some of the interior parts, because there is some really cool features on this car that's unique and that you really need to see. So let's hop right in. As you hop into the interior, you know right away that you're going in a Land Rover Range Rover, because they do not skimp out on the interior details and materials. The seat, very, very supple leather, especially up on here on the upper side of the door. Then you have that nice wood as well, and the controls for the seating and the controls for everything else. But you just know that you're in a Land Rover Range Rover full size because of the quality of the interior. I figured we could start out in the driver's seat, because that's probably where you're gonna be most of the time if you're buying this truck. You can see that you do have nice full metal shift paddles, feel really nice on the hands. Just like I said, they don't skimp out on materials in this car because this is a full size, so you got to have the best materials. You do have leather up on the dash as well. You do have a heads-up display, and then this nice leather trimmed steering wheel with some touch buttons as well. So the other nice thing about this new interior is that you do have a full digital screen for the driver's display. Displays all the information that you need. Coming down over here in the middle, you do have the new Pivi Pro screen that all new Land Rovers and Jaguars have. It's a very nice system, very fluent. It does have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and it also just kind of sticks up on the dash. Some people might be like, oh, it just looks like it's stuck on, which it kind of is, but it is a more advanced Range Rover, so you do want to have the nice new tech, which this does feature a lot of new items. It's a lot better than the older systems on Range Rovers and Jaguars. I think it looks really clean. Then you do still have physical climate control buttons, which thank you very much, Range Rover, for doing that. So you can just kind of turn these knobs. They do have screens in the middle, so you do see, like the temperature and things like that, but it is physical, which is really nice. But you can do everything else in the screen, and it's not too laggy. It's actually very, very good. What's cool about this car, because it is a Land Rover, it does have different off-roading capabilities, and you can kind of see that within the menu. So you have the wade sensing, you have the slope assist, the driving style, things like that. Basically all the off-roading information that you need when driving this car, you have right on this Pivi screen. As you're coming down here, you do have the shift knob. At least it's not kind of like Audi's little nub, it's actual shift knob. You do have the parking button here. Engine starts right here in the middle, and then you do have kind of the different off-roading capabilities. So you kind of turn the dial here, and it will change over here which mode you're in, and then you can just press down and it'll hide right in there. You do have cup holders right here. Then you open this bad boy up, and you do have a fridge like on Range Rover. So you would click this button to turn on the fridge. You can keep your beverages cold and things like that, which is really nice, and it just screams luxury. This truck is peak luxury for Range Rover, because you're getting all the finest materials and just all the cool features within it. One of my favorite things about Range Rovers is that it has a button to open the glove box. So you click this down arrow right here to open up that glove box, but there's actually another glove box, and you click this up arrow and it unlocks it, and you have more storage, which is really nice. So storage wise, you do have a lot of room to put stuff in, and you have those buttons to be able to open them and close them. It wouldn't be a full-size Range Rover without having the amazing rear seat. So with the long wheelbase, you do get the seats in the back that recline. You can see the foot extenders right here to help rest your legs. The materials used in the back are just as good as they use in the front, but this is where you want to be in the full-size Range Rover, is in the back. You do have two screens back here and over there, and those kind of just control the infotainment, and you can also hook up an HDMI. So if you want to play Nintendo Switch or anything else, you can play that. Then over here on the door, you can see it does continue that wood kind of like interior right there. Then you have the nice leather up right here. You have the blinds. You have all the controls for the blinds and the windows right here, and it's just it screams luxury back here. As you step in, you can kind of just relax. This is, like I said, this is where you want to be. As you can see back here, you can control the infotainment, navigation, and the HDMI right here. So in the back, you do have this screen that controls pretty much everything here in the rear seats. But what's really cool is when you click this button that kind of has the coffee logo, it actually extends this middle part so you can get access to the cup holders, which, I don't know, might be a little too much. Why it needs to be activated, you know, motorized. I still think it's really cool. And then I think if you slide right here, you have the 2 cup holders. And then if you want to close it, you just click that button again, and boom, it's closed. What's cool is to actually bring this down, you just click this button, and it's completely motorized. Range Rover doesn't want you to do anything but just click a button. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the interior and exterior overview of the brand new Land Rover Range Rover. I sure did. It is a very, very cool SUV. Probably one of the coolest things that's going to be coming out this year in terms of an SUV segment. Thanks again for watching. If you guys did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, as there's going to be more first look videos of brand new vehicles coming very soon. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.